All right, big thing that we always talk about, if it's top 5 lists or if it's just T trolling us with his greatest album of all time, we always mix hip-hop in this world here at the barbershop. And it's a great honor, a pleasure to be joined by young buck, up-and-comer. He's actually on the platform right now, and it's a pleasure to be joined by Mad Squablz.
Y'all nigga really been snapping. Hey, talking to cause a reaction. I often attack him with awesome vernacular. Calm and attractive as cardiovascular. When I get up on the mic, it's a massacre. It's a limited body bags and lyrical shoddy blasts. Kicking like I'm in a karate class. Rhyme so sinister, could turn a Christian into a scallywag.
At Mad Squablz with a Z on Twitter.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you coming through, brother.
No, man.
Yeah, man, this is a big thing for us, you know, because we always talk a lot of hip-hop, but I think a lot of us, and I'll speak for all of us here, including the fellas in the gallery, we get trapped in a time warp because it's convenient for us, you know, like in the 80s and 90s to just be locked into the old shit, the mob shit, you know, I'm sticking with the purple tape stuff, but whenever, like, we were listening to your stuff ahead of time, and I just know from Jeff, who's an old school hip hop snob bigger than me, like it's beyond just like, oh, this kid's got skills. It's like, you know, you've got something new, but it's like a legit sound, and you can tell that this is a passion of yours. It's not just, you know, you're putting something out.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, I grew up off of the 80s and the 90s stuff. Like, well, more 90s than 80s, but I know certain, like I listened to some, you know, 80s, but, you know, when I first came out, like, when I first started, I was more influenced by, you know, the people that, excuse me,
Nah, you good.
that I was listening to, you know what I'm saying, like, probably, I started when I was 15, so I was probably listening to, like, Meek Mill and Chief Keef.
So how old are you now?
I'm 21.
Okay.
Well, I'm turning 21 this month.
Okay.
But I ain't scared to say it, you know what I'm saying?
You got skills, man.
Thank you, man, appreciate it. That's what I'm saying, my whole point is saying, like, who I was listening to when I started is because, like, I can kind of see the growth, you know what I'm saying? Usually I can't really see the growth because I'm on the inside, you know what I'm saying? And usually when on the outside looking in, you can see the movement more. But, like, I just see the growth from my taste in music, you know what I'm saying? As I progressed, because I was listening to Meek Mill, Chief Keef, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with them. They got their own style of music, but, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I gravitated more towards, as I got more into spitting and music, period, I got more into that 90s sound, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I loved it. It's just something I could identify with, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad, Joe Jack, behind me, he raised me off that, you know what I'm saying? So
beat it in his head.
I can tell Joe Jack got that old school flavor, like the OG flavor.
Every day, beat it in his head.
What I really like is how, in everything I listen to, you attack the bars. Like, you come out and almost in a Wu-Tang, maybe because I was listening to 7 Deadly Venoms, right? 5 Deadly Venoms, a lot of Wu-Tang in that, but it did, you know, I'm not trying to put pressure on you, but it almost sounded like a young RZA just coming out and attacking the bar right from the start, and you don't hear that a lot right now, whether it's mumble rap or just whatever. That is such an old school thing. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Is that natural for you though?
I mean, it's just something I feel like it's natural because, like, it's something I gravitate towards, you know what I'm saying? It's something I identify with, and it's something I love, you know what I'm saying? So I always, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with, like, adopting traits from your favorite artist and, like, making it better, you know what I'm saying, in your own way, you know what I'm saying?
Kobe did it.
Exactly.
The biggest copier of all
the girls did it, so.
Who is your favorite artist? Like, who is your prime influences?
My number one is Most Def, you know what I'm saying?
I love him. He's going to save hip hop. I love him. I didn't even know.
Right? You can't go wrong with that.
Black on Both Sides is the best album ever, right?
That's his GOAT album right there.
It's really good.
It's a rap. He's saving rap.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
All right, Mos Def, your number one. Who's your 2, 3, and 4, and 5?
2, 3.
Oh, you putting a top 5 on him?
Yeah,
That's difficult.
Right? I mean, first off, nobody wins when you give a top 5 anything. And I know,
First of all,
nobody wins.
The real first of all is nobody wins when he is involved.
Nobody wins.
Right. And he needs a barber too, so.
Number 2 is,
We already talked about that.
I'm gonna say Nas.
There we go.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Now you're talking to AG and I.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
was hoping
going
that's
based
it.
off of who I was really influenced by, like, you know what I'm saying, the most, like, you know what I'm
You
saying?
can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, you can't.
Let me ask you this though. What about right now? Like somebody who started last 4 or 5 years, you know, similar trajectory that you're on right now, that is on this big label for whatever reason, not because of a skill set, but somebody that you look at and think, all right, you know, I can respect what they're doing. They're kind of like on my same level, a peer, if you will, not somebody like an influence 10, 15 years ago, but somebody you look at and say, okay, you know, I'm eager to hear what they drop next.
Right. I mean, somebody that been out.
So, I mean, how long has Joey been out?
Joey Badass, that's what I was gonna say.
Right?
Like,
I mean, he's a guy.
Joey and Chance.
Maybe like 8 years, something like that, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, people like them. Joey, Chance, Joyner Lucas. I like Token a lot, you know what I'm saying? That's the homie. That's pretty much who I'm, like, eager to hear like, what they got next, because, like, they drop wholesome stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when they drop something, you listen, you know what I'm saying?
What's the state of Philly hip-hop right now?
I feel like it's beautiful.
Yeah?
I feel like it's going somewhere beautiful.
There's a good pulse to it?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we all trapped in the old heads that barely putting out music anymore. So we look to you now.
I listen to some younger guys or some newer
It's
guys.
a lot, yo. It's a lot.
So not to cut you off.
Who's your top five?
No, who do you listen to from Philly? It could be underground or mainstream.
I listen to Del P, of course. Who else? Sean Smith. Yeah, definitely. Deke, you ever heard Deke Westside? Yeah.
It's a dude on Instagram named NBA Talk.
Yeah.
You seen him?
Wait, who?
NBA Talk. His name Eagle.
He from Philly?
Yeah.
I never heard him.
He just freestyle about like NBA games and players.
Oh, shit.
So you get it.
He crazy. No.
I mean, everybody got their thing.
Right.
So that's a good point. Everybody has their thing. You have a verse, right? In one of his YouTube videos. You gotta check him out. Squablz, Mad Squablz YouTube videos.
MAD, not to cut you off. MADSQUABLZ. For people that don't know how to spell it.
We'll put it up too. It's probably already on the bottom of the screen right now. So.
I've been listening
You're in
to
the
him
back of a truck.
for like a year and a half,
Bad.
2 years.
That's love.
Del P put me on.
You're in the back of a truck, right? An empty truck, looks like a moving van. And I don't remember the verse word for word, but you said something about, you know, if the mumble rappers hate me, that's on them.
Right.
You're young.
Right.
That's the generation now. Do you find that they're coming at you a little bit, or do you find that you can be generally accepted even by kids who are 15, 18 and used to the new style?
I mean, the goal is to like, I think it's redundant. Like, have everybody like, oh, you know, people should be able to make any kind of music they want. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that way. So I mean, I feel like I should. Like, I don't have a problem with being accepted by every. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with mumble rappers. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm asking
It's
if you
just-
find they have a problem with you
Oh
kind of
no!
going back
Like,
to.
I hope not. Like,
Oh, that's because of the verse that you said. You know?
Oh, right, yeah. I said I don't give a damn about a mumble rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm worried about me. I'm worried about my music. I'm worried about, like, you know, what I got to put out next. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really got time to like worry about how people like.
Are you surprised, as somebody who clearly puts effort and thought into your lyrics, are you surprised that something like mumble rap picked up the way it did?
No, I'm not. I'm not, because, I mean, music is not just like lyrics. I feel like.
Well, we're past that for a while, right?
We're way past that.
Yeah, Puff killed that. I said it. I said it.
It's dance music.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
like,
dance music. People have fun.
People need that. Like, I
They
feel like
dance. They feel good.
the world needs a balance anyway. Because I really feel like the world wouldn't be right if it was just boom bap lyrics.
One way.
My
all
world
the time. Man.
Hey, they know my world's fine like that.
In the world, you need a balance. They need me.
Hey, I'll smash
They need me, and they need y'all. The world need a balance. They need me, and they need y'all. It's like, no, I'm just.
But here's the thing. What your music does is reinforce, at least in my mind, and I think a lot of guys here, that lyrics matter.
Right.
Wordplay matters.
Right.
Right? Like,
Right.
you put a lot of thought into what you're putting out there. And then whether it's hip hop, pop, country, anything, there's a lot of music that you can tell that's just making the money, that's just getting them through the day. It doesn't feel that way with your music.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like, all right, mumble rap is mumble rap. You know, country is country. R&B is R&B. Spit it. Like, we got the, you know, lyrics is here. Like, we like, more people, it started with us, you know what I'm saying? Or not me, not us, but hip hop. Right, yeah, they confuse hip hop and rap, like, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop is substance, you know, slick words, wordplay. Kendrick, J. Cole, Mos Def, Nas, Jay-Z, you know, all the greats. Lyricism, that's hip hop, lyricism. and rap is just.
You forgot one, man.
All right, go ahead, man.
You forgot Big, man. He the illest.
That's why if I put it on,
No, but you gotta say it.
all right, Big, Nas, Jay-Z.
Nah, you were fine with Nas first.
No, we need to let Squablz know, like this guy. We know everybody loves Biggie, but he has a special attachment to not just Biggie,
Okay. All right.
but
Michael
life
Jordan.
after death,
And
even
Michael
more so
Jordan.
than Ready to Die. That we just kind of wonder about him. But you know, it's him. Everybody's got, like I said, everybody's got their
album
thing,
of
right?
all time.
Huh?
Life After Death is the greatest album.
You
of
got
all
to
time.
bring it up.
Absolutely not.
Hey, question is
Great album, but not.
Wait. I know Aaron Owens in the background didn't agree with that.
It takes a nation of millions. It takes a nation of millions to hold us back.
A-Time, grab
It's
control
the
of this right
greatest
now.
album.
Well, I'm not. Listen, I don't have any problem with PE being ahead of the big album.
No, I'm just saying the whole, like, you see what I'm saying?
I'm not going to fight on that. So what's cooking now? What's next? Like, how do you push at what you're doing already with the creativity and the innovation? Like, how do you extend it now?
I write every day, you know what I'm saying, listen to new beats every day, just try to train my mind, you know what I'm saying, for anything, you know what I'm saying. If I need to write a verse spot on, like if I'm in the studio, I just need to write it right there and there, that's what I'm training for. Or, you know, spit, live, train for that. Just training, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you. I
Same
think
with every, you know, sports
true.
and everything. You know?
Yeah, you gotta stay in the gym, do your reps.
Do you think you could do a little training here?
Yeah, you gotta spit something for us.
All right, bet.
Well, shout out, he got a new project coming out January, Lamps, on the way. All right, Squablz.
How we get that?
Oh, we gotta promote that.
It's going to be on all platforms and
Okay.
everything. So
Okay. Yeah, we
I'm going to
got
be sharing
you.
it on my social
Pre-orders.
media and everything. All right, we good?
My lamps.
Yeah.
You need a beat?
Nah.
All right.
No.
Sound like Freeway.
Hey, lyricist, man. We want to hear what he got.
I was saying, I was ready. I was about to.
Unless you got a beat.
No. He's nice.
Last of a dying culture. Revival is highly probable. Most of my logic is optimal. The chronicles and I'm out the blue. Scorching your follicles verbally. Heavily gifted, but the vultures bring out the curse in me. If you in it for dollars, you only hide as the worst MC. Even if your punchlines fly as a bird can be, or you rhyme in a perfect beat, anatomically damaging, fantasizing the herbal essence. Thoughts of enhancement got me contemplating the pleasure. Mind over matter, matter of fact, they slander my actions. Preferably, they can't fathom my passion, let alone capture my passage. And still try to douse me when the torch lit and end up gathering ashes. I'm most definite, you most definitely average. My prerequisite is to extrapolate the masses. I'm trying to make some classics. Honestly, I'm a pacifist, but if you cross the line, won't hesitate to pass my fist. Look, I'm one of the realest living. Peep the flow, I'm willing to make a killing. Save the children, for the sake of the nation. Listen, often haunted cause of my pigment. Vivid visions I witness make my cautions different. I tell no lies, unlike these actors, which means I never stick to the script. I'm sculpting scriptures with these potent writtens, but I got these demons trying to off me. F what they offer, sparring with Spartans, part of my arson. I'm just spilling my thoughts on your brand new carpet, slightly narcissistic. You might have guessed it, Yeezy taught me this one. You ain't got the answers, you just thought you did. Stop popping off at the lip when I start to spit, you niggas ought to listen. My style is simply more than gifted, stocking coats for Christmas, sport your sickness. Why they try to contort the wicked torch I spit with? I'm more eccentric and more relentless in poor conditions. I orchestrated an organism in order to morph a hater from pulling me down into doing all the lifting. Man, Squablz.
Yo. Body
That's what's up, man.
That's up.
Do you remember the line in Training Day when Denzel was like, yeah, you got mad squabbles, son. You got mad squabbles.
That's where my name from. That's where my name from. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I
Love Training.
Yeah.
Jake was over there putting in work, you know what I'm saying? Denzel walks up like, yeah, you got mad squabbles, son.
That's what's up.
You a wolf, Jay. You a wolf.